was having an English one. I'm like, this is probably the best setup for people in the villages that I've ever done. I was laughing while I was writing.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for participating in our special inauguration of the restoration of Bajanki Park. Next week, please bring battery-powered lighting from the dollar store, Christmas ornaments. If anybody has a table and chairs with an umbrella that seats 8 people, suitable for a park, just put that in your truck and bring that on down, no problem there.
The toilet seats 8.
The toilet seat needs soil and seed. Soil and seed for the toilet. I'm not talking about the kind of soil and seed you do in your home toilet. This is soil and seed so that we can get herbaceous herbs out of that toilet when people are not urinating in it. And we want this park to be useful for everybody. You should be able to pee there, shit there, and get food there. Right? We know what we're doing.
Just like I do in my own bathroom.
Exactly right, exactly right. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the one and only Tapeworm. Give him a round of applause. Thanks for being here, Tapeworm. By the way, I know the show has been fairly normal up till now, but we have a few surprises for you, and it's just starting to go, so get ready. Strap on your 3-way safety belt.
Strap on?
That's right.
3-way?
That's right. Break the janky park in, right?
Good.
Alright. Let's hear that guitar.
Alright. Let's see. Katie King's death day today. No, tomorrow. Shit. Well, I'm gonna play that one. She was murdered by a swindler named Harry Hayward. It says that she prophesied her tragic fate when Katie said with sheer excitement in her eyes that she would paint the city red. Harry Hayward, Jekyll Hyde, had this girl Katie so misled. Had his alibi airtight with him at the opera instead. He had a simple-minded sidekick, put a bullet in her head to paint the town. Indeed, she bled there of the road. Katie was dead. The beneficiary on her life insurance was suspect. The case was cracked and Harry was caught and unable to collect. Alright, real quick, let's see. Wayne Ford's birthday tomorrow.
That sucks!
I fucked this one up really bad at the bowl, so let me do it real quick here. He turned 63 tomorrow. You know, here we got the Gainesville Ripper in Humboldt County. We got Wayne Ford. Something strange about Wayne Ford. Something strange about Wayne Ford. He lived in a trailer park in a small town in the Northwest. Suffocation and I did better at the bowl. Alright.
Yeah, great work.
More sadistic than masochistic. Some didn't live through this and just guess what he did next. Mutilation, dismemberment. Only after this was this twisted truck driver arrest. Though his conscience would not let him sleep well, he called his brother who convinced him to confess. Walked right in the front door of the jailhouse, reached in his pocket and pulled out the woman's breast. It's a true story. I've been in that jail many times for many different reasons, actually. I was thinking about... fuck it. Alright. Charles Jackson was found dead, murdered by the Skid Row slasher 50 years ago yesterday. So I hired in a Skid Row riff for this one. Before he could even walk, we were pushed from the nest. Middle school dropouts on sleds lost their home hitchhiking west. Migrant farm work kept him fed. Other odd jobs kept him dressed. Something deep inside was festering, was hungry, but possessed. David was found stabbed to death on the public library steps. Benjamin was next to kill and stop people hope for the best. But when they start again with Charles Jackson, 50 years ago yesterday, now there would be no rest. And then he was found with a bayonet protruding just shrug and scratch their heads. Joel Greenwood moved to Hollywood. The class of victims were suggested. Authorities finally put their crime-solving skills to the test when he dropped a letter addressed to himself. Greenwood was arrested. 31 in life, you got it. 31 in life, you know. Your crime is time, and it's 31 in life to go. Oh, and speaking of hair metal, like I want to say, there should be bumper stickers that say Tesla is a band.
Yeah.
I mean, Nikola Tesla was a great person. Probably rolling over in his grave right now because of fucking Elon Musk's dumbass, stupid motherfucker says people should procreate and reproduce, but then he fucking disowns his own kids. Fuck that guy. If you see that guy, kick him in the Tesla cuz for me. Alright, I'm gonna do a cover now because, well, today is Marquis de Sade's death day. 210 years ago, he was a great author. And, Frank Zappa's death day 31 years ago day after tomorrow, so I'm going to play a Frank Zappa song that kind of sounds like Marquis de Sade had something to do with it. Flies all green and buzzing in the dungeon of despair. Prisoners rumble and piss their clothes, scratch their matted hair. Tiny hole in London, 100 yards away. They're the only thing they ever get to know about the regular life of the day. And it stinks so bad, stones be choking and weeds and green and drop. In the room with a giant fire, the works and the torture never stops. The torture never stops. The torture, the torture, the torture never stops. Slime and snot and rats and rot and vomit on the floor. 50 ugly-ass soldiers holding spears by the iron door. Knives and spikes and guns and the like of every instrument of pain. Administered little midget with a bucket and a mop when the blood goes down the drain. And it stinks so bad that the stones be choking and the wheat and green and drops. In the room with the Iron Maiden where the torture never stops. The torture never stops. The torture, the torture, the torture never stops. Flies all green and buzzing into the dungeon of despair.
Yeah.
An evil prince eats a steaming pig in a chamber right near there. He eats the snout and a trotter's spur. The loins and groins are soon dispersed. His carving style is well rehearsed. He stands and shouts, all men be cursed, all men be cursed and disagree. Then it stinks so bad that stone be choking and weeds and green and drop. In the room with a giant fire plumber works and the torture never stops. The torture never stops. The torture, the torture, the torture never stops. Alright, Lucy, hopefully this is a good firecracker. Alright. Alright,
Take one, everybody, get a round of applause.
That's the first time I was hit with some of your shrapnel.
Catch his lips.
I feel reborn.
Remember, at all of our shows, when tapeworm lights a firecracker out of his face, if you catch his lips, you get a free drink. We fix them up at Shan's after the show every night.
But please return it to tape.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to give us the lips back. You're not allowed to. That's not a souvenir. All right, I think the show is going very well so far.
Oh, it's not!
Thank you. All right. That's a terrible heckle. This is the show. Hey, the naked poet's not here. Holy moly.
Yeah, it's not.
All right, let's just look at the door. Naked poet.
What are you wearing?
No, he's not coming in. Let's try another one, see how it goes. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Balls. Nope, he's not here either.
John Wasser. John Wasser. Washer.
And now, folks, John Wasser, a.k.a. Wahoo!
Who the fuck are you trying to do? Don't summon them. You gotta say it to a mirror, asshole.
Oh shit, it's gonna be a good show. I'm sorry, everybody. I know that's not what we're used to delivering. Just kidding. Let's have some fun. Who gives a shit? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, good friend of mine. I've been in a couple of bands with this gentleman. And Dolphin, that's right. I don't know if you know that or not. That's okay if you don't. All I can tell you is Sony Records said, we're going to sign you guys, sign here. Jack and I said, absolutely not. We will not compromise our artistic integrity. Boy, that was a fucking mistake. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the Space Masons are in a band called the Space Masons together. Jack's a terrific performer. We're happy he's here. The one and only, the legend. He's a good friend of mine. He's a legend. Jack Mason, give him a round of applause. While he's taking his time to get to the stage, and don't forget, our clowns have something to say, am I right? Oh! Raindrop, Auntie Bobo, are the clowns going on tonight to say some stuff? Or, I'm seeing, are you going to do things, or you're just here? You're here. Okay, thank you for being here.
I wanted to tell my Thanksgiving joke now that I have the right.
Oh, you have a Thanksgiving joke. Oh, let's do it now. Yeah, because Jack will be coming to the stage for about a week. All right, ladies and gentlemen, before Auntie Bobo does her Thanksgiving joke, I'd like to do my new Christmas joke I just wrote. How do you switch on Rudolph's nose? You pinch his dick. You better go. I thought that was a really good one.
Genius!
Nobody liked my joke last week, but I need my... Andy, shut up. I love you. So my joke is, what did the turkey say to the man at the lemonade stand?
Hey, can I have any grapes?
That's actually, he says, hey, do you have any grapes? And then he waddled away, waddle, until the very next day, waddle. It was kind of a one-person joke, but thank you. My other joke, I've only found one person who thought it was funny, and it was the nurse while I was having my transvaginal ultrasound. And the nurse, she put her coffee all the way up, and I told the joke here like 3 times, and nobody laughed. I said, I gotta work. You wanna hear it?
I want to hear it.
So I went up to my niece and I said, hey, do you have a tampon? And she handed me this tampon. And I said, I'm gonna need 3. I'm gonna have to put in 3 of them. So I told this joke while having a transvaginal ultrasound, which is where they stick something way bigger than this up here. And they move it around, and it's warm, and it's really awkward. And after like half hour of this, I'm like, how long is this gonna take? And she's like an hour. And I'm like, oh my God. So we have to do something. So I start telling them about the joke, and there's a lady whose literal entire job is to make sure that I don't get assaulted at the VA while this woman has this thing rammed up my hoo-hoo. And when I told them the joke, she spit her coffee all the way across the floor. It was a big deal. She had to pick it up and clean it up and everything. It was great. But I do think, now Margo says I shouldn't do this, so tell me, that if I'm wearing my Auntie Bobo skirt and I mark my legs with a marker so I know exactly where to put it, right? That I could help y'all who can't understand the visualization of how to put 3 tampons in your vagina. Because one ain't gonna do it by sticking 3 in, and then you could see the little things dangling.
Yeah.
To see what you get me? Is that too much or is that good?
Well, I'd like to weigh in with my opinion. As a man, I have no business telling any woman one thing or another about her hoo-ha. The end. I am running for office, and unless I was a doctor, but you know.
the joke.
I love the joke. I love the joke.
Get it?
I got it, sort of. I got it. It was like my Thanksgiving joke was, did you hear about the incontinent turkey? It shit its giblet bag. Come on, it's pretty fucking... No? Okay. Well, we better keep on with the show. Auntie Bobo, everybody. Thank you, thank you.
The giblets are in the neck, Tom.
But the bag ends up, it's a bag. It's a, you know what I mean? It's like an incontinent bag is the joke. You know? Jack Mason has his own amplifier. It's a very, very tiny Marshall stack, which fits in his pocket, apparently. So you don't really need it to be plugged in. You just need a microphone, right? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, Jack Mason, give him a round of applause.
Hello there. Holy shit, that's up really loud.
Is that too loud? Is your amp on? Is your Marshall stack on?
It's not.
You got it. You want it plugged in?
Yes, plug in. It's good.
There it
There we
is.
go. Hey, everybody, how's it going?
The mic is much louder.
I like the mic is amp.
How's everybody feeling tonight? All right? This here's set up for a short guy. I'm gonna just please. There we go. Hey. All right. Everybody, I'm Jack Mason. I'm Tom Miller's good friend, like he was saying. And here's a song I wrote back in the 60s. Hey, it's Weston over here. James Weston, everybody.
Hi, baby. Welcome.
He's a guy. An underwater guy who ruled the sea. He got killed by 10,000 pounds of sludge from New York and New Jersey. Listen, there's a creature in the sky. Sucked in a hole. Now there's a hole in the sky. Everyone's gonna burn. We'll all take turns. I'll get mine too. This monkey's gone to heaven. 1967! This monkey's gone to heaven. 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 I wrote that in 1962 and then I sold it to Frank Black in 1987. He made $1 million with it. Now I'm gonna play a song I wrote again back in the 60s. It's called Helicopter Bus. My father flies a helicopter bus. U.S. Army Green One. And when he lands the helicopter bus, the soldiers must get off. You see, get the fuck off my helicopter bus. Get the fuck off my helicopter bus. Don't want to leave. Get out of my helicopter bus. They're shooting at me. Get out of my helicopter bus. This planet started out for all of us. A pretty little blue one. And now this planet's not for all of us. It's just for humans, us. You see. Kill all these things, chop down the tree. Kill all these things, chop down the trees. Kill all these things, chop down the tree.
Awesome!
Thank you. I sold that one to Frank Black in 1991. He went broke on that one.
Hell yeah.
Nobody bought that one. And now if I have any more time, I'd like to play one last one.
One last one. Let's see.
You wrote it in the 1940s.
Holiday song.
I wrote this one as well. It was back in the 40s.
Jingle bell.
There's more of a country twang to this one. Because it's all the day. Hey man, in the country soul, I've seen trouble on my day. Bid farewell to old Kentucky, where I was born and raised. Where he born and raised. years I've been in trouble. No pleasure here on earth I found. Oh, in this world, oh, I'm bound to ramble. Perhaps I'll die on that train. Perhaps I'll die on that train. He's ready to lead guitar. You expect that I'm a stranger, never see me again. But there is one promise that is given. I'll see you on God's golden shore. See you on God's golden shore. Thank y'all very much.
Jack Mason and his Marshall Stack, everybody.
Prolific songwriter.
Give him a round of applause.
Outstanding!
Jack, great rendition.
Incredible! Unbelievable!
How they do the tunes in there, Rob?
Friends, we're going to keep it going with the music. Please welcome to the stage the incomparable Jason. Give him a round of applause. One of our favorites here at the Tabernacle. He will accept a beer, and I, by God, will buy it for him.
By God.
Yes.
Play something good.
Don't let the atmosphere freak you out.
No promises.
What?
I'm gonna stand for like the first two songs.
Steel.
Yeah, I'll stand for like the first two, and then we'll sit down.
Voice will have healed up a little bit by then, I believe. Oh, now I'm ready.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Get closer to your face hole. Check, check, check. That sounds pretty good, yeah. Works for me. Da, 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 da. Alright, no feedback.
So far, so good anyway.
Alright, Jason, everybody.
Yeah. I'm gonna do a couple of songs. I'm gonna start with a couple of songs on the guitar by my favorite band, the Mountain Goats. I always try to remember songs I know, songs I like to play, and these were a couple that I reacquainted myself with recently. First one, they're both from the album Tallahassee, which was sort of the breakout album. It was like 10 years ago or so this came out. But the song No Children's on that album, which was a TikTok hit apparently. I don't TikTok, but I found that out after the fact because I was listening to the Mountain Goats before they were cool. But I digress. Anyway, it's called Oceanographer's Choice. Let me fix that. Well, guy in a skeleton costume comes up to the guy in the Superman suit, runs to him with a broadsword. time I'll get to you. Then he came in, and we locked eyes. He kicked the ashtray over as we came toward each other. Stuck a cigarette out against the west wall, and quickly lit another. Look at that, would you look at that? We're throwing off sparks. What'll I do when I don't have you to hold on to in the dark? Yes, everybody's gonna need a witness. Everybody's gonna need a little backup in case the scene gets nasty. I throw the attic window open, and I throw myself all around you. At night comes to Tallahassee. Don't know why it's gotten harder to keep myself away. Thought I'd finally beat the feeling back. It all came back today. Then we fell down and we locked arms. We knocked the dresser over as we rolled across the floor. I don't mean it when I tell you I don't love you anymore. Look at that, would you look at that? The way the ceiling starts to swerve. What will I do when I don't have you? When I finally get what I deserve?
That's a great song, Jason.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love the visual of it. I love the visual. I love the metaphor.
I was picturing it as you were singing.
Being so self-aware that you're destroying the very thing that you love the most in your entire world. This is also from the same album. It's called Game Shows Touch Our Lives. Tastes like medicine, but I'll take it. It'll do. On the couch in the living room, all day long. Music on the television, playing our song. I'm in the mood for you. Up real high, all of that money, look at it flying and you smoking like a chimney. Shadows crawl across the living room's length. I held onto you with a desperate strength, with everything in me. A drink of the lovely little thing on which our survival depends. People say friends don't destroy one another. What do they know about friends? Cream white moon, everything's gonna be okay soon. Maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day. Carried you up the stairs at night. All of this can be yours if the price is right. I heard cars headed down to oblivion up on the expressway. Kisses as light as the air. Maybe everything that falls down eventually
Pull that thing right out.
Yeah.
You know how,
Yeah, right.
you know how we like it? Yank it out.
Rough and ready.
Yank it out dry. Now, how old is this instrument?
This one was built in 2011.
The hurdy-gurdy is...
The hurdy-gurdy as an instrument has existed for about 1,000 years.
1,000-year-old instrument, everybody.
That's a lot older than Tom.
Jamming in there, barely, barely. Yeah, that's what we like.
Almost as old as the Reverend.
Round two.
Neighbor.
Meet you.
Oh my God.
Oh, there.
Was that Auntie
Check.
Bobo's?
Oh, there it is. Tom, you might want to turn this one down. It's a little hot.
Which one?
This one.
Okay.
Because I need it because of the hurdy-gurdy. Yeah, check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I like that. So I'm gonna do a song that I wrote. I've been singing this one with the guitar, but I was like, oh wait, I can do this with a hurdy-gurdy too. So it's called Dog Days. No, I need the bells.
There you go.
No shoes.
Oh, why does my heart ache this way? Absent your presence, my gut swirls and sways. Like a toilet bowl spiraling down, I drown, I choke, I lost words to say. Why can't I be by your side? I'd ask you my friends, but I know you're not mine. Like a dog, it's me that you own. I circle, I piss and whimper and whine. I don't want these dog days to end. It's hot and it's sweaty, it makes my knees bend. On all fours I crawl on the ground. Whenever we kiss, it goes straight to my head. Lay down, get in your crate. Don't lift your leg. Down on the floor I sit up and beg. Oh, why can't I be by your side? I'd ask you my friends, but I know you're not mine. Like a dog, it's me that you own. Mary, that's sorry, sir. Why do I feel such an urge? That's it. Above or below, guess I'll wait for my turn. Like a marionette strung through the town, I follow, I dance and drunkenly purge. I don't want these dog days to end. It's hot and sweaty, it makes my knees bend. And all fours I crawl on the ground, roll over, I fetch, go bang and play dead. Who's got the leash? Who's got the whip? Paws hit the tile and I stumble and slip. Why are your lips so damn soft? As if shake, come out from heat, happy to lay there curled up at your feet. Why, oh why do I miss you? Alone things are fine, but it's different with two. Like wolf pack we frenzy and growl, I snarl, I howl as we bay at the moon. Don't want these dog days to end. It's hot and sweaty and makes my knees bend. On all fours I crawl on the ground, licking and barking I jump on the bed. Who's got the treats? Who's got the snips? My ears love the scratches from your fingertips. I don't want these dog days to end. It's hot and sweaty and makes my knees bend. On all fours I crawl on the ground, collar on tightly, I am man's best friend. If you'll come and sit, go chase the squirrel. Please tell me, please, who's been a good girl? Let's do a quick one. Turn this thing open.
They're all right there.
30 seconds.
Stage 5 high fives and
and all dismay. Oak and iron and blood of her, his fine one, his darling, sinking in his hammock, boys, he's gone far away. Oak and iron and blood of her, his fine one, his darling, sinking in his hammock, boys, he's gone far away. Sinking in his hammock, boys, he's gone far away. There he is. Thank you. My voice is starting to go at the end there. It's fine. I'm thirsty. My beer's over there. It's my fault. I'm gonna bring it up here.
Jason, everybody, give him a round of applause. Yes. This is the show. Doing well, I think. You know, we're hoping for a little redemption as we come to the last few shows at the Tabernacle. If only I were to hear some angelic voices. They're speaking to me. They're saying something. They're saying, where's the comedy? Where's the funny? They're saying Stephen McCaskey very clearly. They're pronouncing his name very clearly, Stephen McCaskey. Normally I mispronounce his name, but these angels calling out for comedy, for good comedy, I'm going to have to introduce him. I'm going to have to introduce him as the angels would have me introduce him. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the comedy of redemption, Stephen McCaskey. Stephen McCaskey, everybody! Oh, bless us all!
Alright, that's one way to introduce me. I don't know, I'm not gonna lie, I have been growing stale with comedy, not in the sense that I'm ever gonna stop, but just more so than I don't like to recycle jokes. So I try to show up to open mics a little bit earlier, and I try to write as many jokes as I can, and in hopes that maybe some of them will land out. If I don't have your attention, please, I'd like to recite some of these jokes I wrote within the last 20 minutes. Elton John is apparently losing eyesight in both of his eyes.
No!
I know, and it's a tragic thing to hear about one of the greatest musicians of our time. But you know, the real shitty thing is now there's a chance he might dress like a heterosexual on stage. Sometimes I'm so desperate for free drugs, instead of a beverage napkin, I just put a little basketball hoop over my drink when I walk away. This one's super topical.
You mean I can rub it on myself?
Yeah, oh yeah, it is creamy. Hunter Biden recently got pardoned by his father, President Joe Biden. A lot of people are upset about that, but not me, because honestly, all my dad ever did for me was leave when I was 6 years old and leave my mom to take care of my siblings and I by herself. I wish that she would pardon me for my crack addiction.
I can drop down at home.
That's a good diction right there. Good diction.
I think it's hilarious how so many MAGA folks seem to forget about all the pardons that Trump did during his first attempt at presidency. It's like, hey guys, your double standards are showing. Like, if you're gonna cup the balls and throat the cock, at least have the decency to admit you guzzled the cum too. Own that shit. And if any MAGA persons aren't sure what the meaning of the word own is, it's like what they want to do with black people again. Slavery. I don't agree with it, by golly. I voted for Bernie Sanders twice. Speaking of which, I'm pretty sure Elon Musk is the only African they don't call the N-word behind closed doors. Sometimes I fear that I might have sociopathic tendencies based on the way that I deal with emotions, of the world around me. But if that's true, why does my heart burn every day? Donald Trump is going to create tariffs for Mexico in hopes of solving the fentanyl crisis. What a shitty time, because couldn't we all use some good opioids for the next 4 years?
Am I the only one? 4 more years.
I don't know if you guys know this, but my great-grandmother was actually one of the victims of September 11th.
Somebody cheered? What the fuck?
It was 2014, but, the tragedy is still there. One time I died on September 11th, but by die, I mean I K-holed myself so hard I was pretty positive I wasn't coming back. The remake of Nosferatu is apparently getting great reviews. But I'm not really looking forward to it because if I wanted to watch a 200-year-old vampire torment people, I would just pay better attention to politics.
Your heavy meal's not getting a toy today, bro.
Thank you.
Love you.
Here we go. All right, and J.D. Vance, he revealed that he and his wife, Usha Chulakuri Vance, they have faced hostility from white supremacists due to her Indian heritage. He's not even really upset about it because the whole reason he was with her is because he was hoping that he could have multiple orgasms inside of her because her people are known for saying, "Thank you, come again."
Yeah. Word?
And that's it. Thank you.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
Some of your finest work. Give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. It was the angels. It was the angels who called him up. Oh, Stephen McCloskey. Thank you, angels, for delivering him unto us. The humor was magnificent. Only 2 people talked during his set. One of the heckles was pretty good. Hey, where are you going? Fucking leave me. I need you. All right, that's enough of the angels. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as you all know, you just said more comedy after the comic? What are you trying to say?
Where's Riley? Riley!
That's a funny thing. God.
Okay, I thought he would have been funnier after being in New York for a year. It didn't work out. All right, Brian Belansky, as you all know, Brian is a troubadour. He comes to our show. He travels around the country. He performs in club. I saw one time he came here and he was performing over at that hippie vegan enclave. What's that place called? The where Daddy's Liquor is. What is that place called? Curia on the Drag. I was at Curia on the Drag and they had a little back area, and I went there and there was Brian Belansky kicking ass. He plays Madison Square Garden if it's 1,000 people, or in the case of Curia on the Drag, nobody. He was literally out there playing for nobody. And I got a whiskey at Daddy's, and it was a vegan whiskey, so I wasn't enjoying it. And there's Brian Belansky. I'm like, "Hey, Brian, what are you doing here?" He's like, "It's a gig." I'm like, "All right, bye." And I left him to the grass. But no, he's actually amazing. He's on the news all over the world, Canada. He travels everywhere. He's been doing this forever. If you were to, hey, quiet that down there, quiet that heckling down. If you were to look at Brian Belansky, you'd think, what a cute little 16-year-old troubadour. He's like 90. He's been, he has a boyish look still, but I think he's 90 years old. Anyway, wherever he goes, he writes to the host of the show well in advance, 6 months in advance. and he says, "Hey Tom, I can't wait to play the Tabernacle again. I love you guys. I have such a great time. I've contacted 90 publicity agents in Gainesville. I figure there's 2. I don't know where he finds the other 88. And then he says, I've made posters. Nobody's hanging out fucking posters. Nobody gives a shit about posters. Listen, no offense, okay? I know a lot of you hang up posters, but nobody reads your fucking posters. It's just social media is where it's at. So look, he sends me the posters. And they're pretty good looking. So he probably spends $3 on these. Hey man, just a little quieter than the host so I can hear myself think. He sends me these posters. They're color posters too. These are expensive. You've been to Target. Not Target, not where you buy stuff. I'm talking about where the lesbians go. So I'm going to hand these out to people I think will probably come see Brian. Please share. Deacon Reverend James Wesson, give him a round of applause, everybody. I feel like David might come to this because he might come to some of the shows. Jack, you'll probably be here, but you don't give a shit about posters, right? You don't want one of those. You want to post? You don't want to post.
I don't know. I don't know where to put it.
See what I mean? Nobody really needs these or wants these. I'll put these.
Yeah.
A time but no date.
10 p.m. Any day you choose.
Probably the final Monday of the year.
Motherfucker! I'm gonna write to him and I'm gonna say, the fuck is wrong with you? How dare you? Redo these posters and send me the new ones before you come. How could you do this? No one will know when you're playing. What were you thinking?
It's the final Tabernacle. Everybody knows when that is.
Well, it will be the final. Anyway, Brian Belansky is actually fantastic, and I like that he sends me this stuff. So Brian will be here on the 30th, and hopefully he'll eat some rotting fish. Do you just ever stop talking, or do you just kind of walk around and talk all the time? All right. Let's see here. All right, here we go. Let's pass the Miller Lite bucket around. If you have $1, put it in there. $2, $5. We're raising.
Who gave $100?
Well, we're raising money. Now we already bought the rotting fish. That's $100 for that shit.
Who put the $100 in the thing?
Whose mistake is that?
I don't know. I have no idea. That was pretty cool that they did that. But there's only $200 more left for a final fundraiser. So if you got $1 or something, we'll take drugs, heroin. Just pass that around. Did we just pass that around? We'll take heroin. I know, it's not right. You know, I go up to David Moss, who's an incredible poet. Everybody should be just handing him money the minute he got here, buying him drinks and everything else.
Yeah! Yeah!
Yeah!
Yeah. But just drop some money in there because, you know, we only got 4 more of these. All right, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we're going to, I see that the crowd is getting down to about where we like it.
Yeah. It's where they like it too.
2 or 3 people.
I promoted the bucket, so.
Thank you, thank you.
I'll give it a raise.
Promote the bucket, motherfuck it. It's an honor to be here. I really think that most of the show was what we did out at the Janky Park tonight. That was very significant. Thank you, Reverend, for your beautiful speech. I will be cutting out the entire middle of the speech, but most of it was pretty good. I'm glad the people.
What did I say wrong?
Well, we don't want anybody to think that the former Tabernacle mayor went to another country, joined a cult, and murdered someone. We don't want to. I don't want that connecting to what we do here. We're actually.
You told me to talk about it.
No, I said do not talk about that. I must have been a glitch in the phone line. Let him do whatever he does.
You said.
No, if a guy comes through and ends up being the mayor of the Tabernacle because he couldn't make it to the mayor of Gainesville, and then he disappears, we think he was murdered. And he's gone for 9 months, he joins a real cult. We're a phony cult, everybody, in case you were wondering. We're actually a phony cult. Yeah, if anybody thought we were a real cult, I know where to go. No, go to Tennessee. I know right where to go. You know, you can join the 12 apostles or whatever that is. But anyway, but then he disappears, and then, look, the fact of the matter is I wasn't going to say anything about this because we don't really know what the fuck is going on. And this tiny little southern town here is a town where whenever anybody even has a hint of doing something wrong, everybody lights the torches, they burn down the people that are controversial, and then they also light themselves on fire. So, I mean, that's just the way small towns are. We don't know the full story of this thing. I reserve judgment. I really didn't want to talk about it at all. But of course, the Reverend is leading me into the light, which is you cannot deny reality. So I don't deny reality.
You cannot choose your history.
Correct. That's exactly when you and I are on the same page.
That's right.
We're not erasing any of our shows. We're not denying anything. All we're saying is one person came through our group, befriended us, went off, joined a cult, and may or may not have murdered somebody. But another person joined our group, participated in our cult, our services.
And also murders.
And got on the Tonight Show and has a very successful comedy career. So,
Yeah, nice statue, asshole.
are we going to hear back from the successful Ishmael Ophir is a great comedian? Are we going to hear back from that? No, we're only going to hear all the worst things. Thousands of people come through the show.
You're only remembered for the last worst thing you wrote.
I wrote a poem. You're only remembered for the last worst thing you ever did or had or saw or whatever. But anyway, the fact of the matter is, the show continues. The show never ends. Even when it ends, it doesn't end. So we're going to continue doing what we're doing. And if you want to go and be on the Tonight Show, more power to you. If you want to join a cult and murder somebody, we would prefer you didn't. All right, so now...
Why did I come here?
That's not up to us. And now, ladies and gentlemen,
Why not vote?
please welcome to the stage. I'm trying to figure out what we should do. Michael, you're in the shadows?
Yeah, but bring someone else in front of me.
Bring someone else in front of you. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we'll, based on what I'm seeing here, and I've got you, and then Michael will close with Michael. Let's do Robot Knows Voodoo, right? Is that what it is? Well, come on up here. Show us what you got. Don't tell me that's a CD or anything.
No.
Robot Knows Voodoo. Am I saying it right?
Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, multi-instrument. Hey, where are you going? You're coming back, right?
They're going to the holiest toilet.
Oh. Just so you know, when there's only 4 people and 3 leave, it makes the room a little empty. Fucking Robot Knows Voodoo, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, thanks everyone.
Hey, Miller.
You might know
Whiskey. Oh, whiskey.
you might know me as like instrumentalist, musician, and I went in reverse and put the gears in reverse and went for minimalism instead of subjugating Sir Tom Miller with many cables and a pedal station and instruments and whatnot. And so I'm going to work my way back up to that maximalism. But for right now, we're going to go back to the fundamentals and we're going to do a work of prose. A really long poem. We're going to work through it, and it's aptly named. You can find me on the internet. Wow, internet. Instagram, Robot Voodoo. Bandcamp, Robot Knows Voodoo. Hey, that's only, half an hour of your time. Appreciate it, everyone. And if it feels like a chore, just remember, segue, this poem is called Chores. As you inevitably pick apart life from fiction, dear listener, know in each lyric that I mean no harm. This is in of itself a chore. No one likes chores, yet we all must do them, such is the responsibility of life. When I ask you to take out the recycling, dear listener, please know what I wish I could say instead. In replacement of a gasp, a scorn, an irritated smirk, a comment, for example, still? This has been here a while. Can't you just do it and get it over with? Just know that I would really rather say, hey, I noticed the rain cloud over your head. I've seen the telltale signs. We are all too familiar. If this is your mechanism of cope, so be it. But you and I both know it must be temporary, and to abide by no one's path but your own is to kick up stones aside your traveling companions. The well-trodden path shouldn't become polluted, and yes, I know you are struggling with your own chores as I am with my own. It's a to-do list that never seems to disappear. As one item is crossed off, more are added in its place. Dear listener, I know things, both physical and intangible, can pile up. But the weekly report, yeah, I'll get around to it, as you know, can only be replied to with the aforementioned mantras. Just know that I wish instead I could say all this. But there's so little time and so many chores to get done. And eventually, the recycling gets taken out. Now, dear listener, as I introduce yet another metaphor, a thinly veiled meta-shore, I'd like to talk about the dishes. I'll be the first to say it. Fuck the dishes. I hate washing them. Fuck the dishes, okay?
Yeah.
Fuck the dishes. But in the sense that some decisions are purely aesthetic, like making the bed. We'll always need a proper plate to eat from, a cup to make us feel like we imbibe from a goblet, lest we lose our dignity. In my mind, no greater psychoanalytic litmus test exists better than the scrutinization of one's dishwashing habits, frequency, caliber, method, tools, velocity, tactics, endless variation, a countless number of unique human spirits. I grew up in a Cuban-American household, lower middle class. There was no chore wheel, only ageism, sexism, and the facade of teaching life lessons. Still, I washed the dishes when told and ignored the inequalities as unspoken. Come to find out, as a young adult, I suck at washing dishes. This lesson taught to me by a roommate, a fellow lesser middle class origin story senpai, the ready-made mountains I constructed with dirty dishes as the medium, not so artistic when a meal was to be made. And so I changed my habits, agonizingly slow and never quite as good, but better than before, and at least, of course, I am not perfect, dear listener, and I too fell victim to the sloth scripture, as we all know the verse, oh, you did the dishes? Thanks, sorry, I was just about to do them. In this context of vulnerable honesty, I admit on behalf of all of us, no, I was not just about to do the dishes. The devil and the angel on my shoulders were playing video games. Be that as it may, I noticed the natural equilibrium, the ratio of the times I took out the trash, directly proportional to the dishes unwashed. I think I forgot to add a metaphor here. Time to tackle that item from the to-do list. Look, I've had a handful of roommates, and I've had a handful of friends, and I've seen so many different dishwashing habits, and we both at least lacked the following knack. Hey, I left your dishes in the sink since I didn't use them. What the fuck is up with that? Let's talk about that. Look, when dishes were to be washed, I washed them. Didn't matter whose they were. When the time and effort to mentally calculate an inventory of used dishes as to maximize output of a cost-benefit dissolution. Why? When I finally got my lazy ass to do the dishes, I did them all. Sans complaint or passive aggression. This is my silver lining. So this other roommate I had lectured me once about my silverware sculptures providing nourishment to the hellish infesting fruit flies, despite the fact that I rinsed off all traces of grease, sauce, caked on foodstuffs, leaving the heavy-duty soaping for later. I would have agreed on this hypothesis had it not been for their carrots, tomato chunks, meat tendons, and other disgusting etc. left by them in the sink, which easily and accurately deduced were the true sources of the fruit flies' feasts. I can predict that the vermin found those edible surpluses a lot more enticing than my wet porcelain. And dear listener, if this feels like a personal attack, let me put your concerns to rest. It is. Yet your anonymity is maintained, and I have so many more chores to get through in this poem. So let me go back to the recycling. Over 7 billion, closing in on 8 billion potential dishwashers, and no one actually knows how to fucking recycle. Any given apartment complex. Hey, I wrote this a while ago, so I don't know what's going on with commingled recyclables. I don't know if Gainesville's doing that, but I've seen it in other places. So, I mean, hey, if you fucking sort it out, good for you. But, like, listen. You'll find a fucking orgy of papers mixed with plastics. Seriously, how fucking stupid or entitled must one be? Are you intentionally forgetting your preschool, kindergarten word picture associations? Do you take a sick pride when jamming a square peg into a round hole, and then you do your taxes? Imagine the compartmentalization skills one needs to go through all the trouble separating your garbage from the recyclables, just to trip over your shoelaces right before the finish line and throw all that shit goddamn willy-nilly in those bins, so clearly marked, paper in here, plastic in there. Might as well throw it away and all of it in the garbage. Throw it all in the garbage. Some say that. Yeah, no, you tell them. Do it right. Some say that too. You're not supposed to recycle pizza boxes because it promotes biodegrading before we can reuse the cardboard.
Yeah, fucking A, right?
The tops of the boxes are okay, as long as there's little to no grease stains. You can't recycle the tops of laundry detergent bottles, but you can recycle the containers due to the different polymers composing each plastic. You're supposed to rinse out your containers of household cleaners and chemicals to avoid possible dangerous reactions. You can't recycle your aluminum cans and glass bottles, meticulously rinse plastic containers and plastic grocery bags, because those get tangled and clogged up in the grinding machines, causing hundreds of thousands of hours lost to cleaning and removal. So yeah, my fellow half-assers, I say again, no one fucking knows how to recycle. And I don't think compost piles or cloth bags are gonna cut it. Dear listener, I know I'm a hypocrite. I am another accuser, a never-ending chain of finger-pointing towards the unholy corporations and back to the godless consumers purchasing the products. All I have to offer is a stupid ideal that if we got 1, maybe 2 billion dishwashers to put their recycling in the right goddamn bins, maybe we can see something good happen. It's so easy to blame our collective parent for never teaching us, Mother Earth as she were, and leaving us to fend for ourselves, figure it out as we go along. Even the internet knows, after we inject ourselves with so much oil and plastic and we OD, she'll just keep evolving and adapting and photosynthesizing and shit. Her bounty is a plethora, but she left no guidelines, no schedule, no chore wheel. Only an incredibly vast selection of DNA combinations to utilize in some way.
Sex will.
So, shall we behave like children and leave the problems to solve themselves, or learn the difference between labor and love? Dear listener, there was a time in my life when I smoked one of those DNA strains, which the scientists named cannabis sativa, before every time that I had to wash the dishes, because, no metaphor here, I fucking hated washing the dishes that fucking much. But we can't remain as children. We can't blame our mysterious parent for all of our mess. Dear listener, we can talk about highs, lows, what have you, but there's something so humanely beautiful, so undeniably holy and wholesome about the rush granted from a job well done. Be it a conversation to be had, life goal, or spring cleaning. Do the tasks that bother you, that put you off, that you ignore, procrastinate, and even despise, and execute them to the best of your capability. You've only your own expectations to meet. Cross off all the items off your list with gusto, celebration. Dear listener, chores exist to make your world more beautiful, and to make your mere existence into a life. Intent, purpose, fulfillment at the very least. I'd rather have that than a fleeting notion.
Yeah, fucking wash those dishes.
Wash your dishes, take out the garbage, it's not that bad. It's over and over again. One must imagine Sisyphus happy.
Seriously. That's beautiful. Give a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. It's good advice. Are you here to save me from the show? Are you here to? Where did you go? Why did you? Oh God! Oh God! Oh, I'm still here! Yeah, but that's very good advice. I mean, the other thing also is you can just kind of rinse them off. Get one of those Tide Pods from the dollar store. You get about 10 of those for like $1. You just throw it in the fucking washing machine, let that do the work. It comes out great. It probably is less water than sitting there in the sink fucking around with it. And also, it goes. I think it goes against the spirit of your poem, but it does get the job done.
Because dishwashers used to be inefficient, and many cultures was like that's a drying rack.
Wait, you said
we don't even use the dishwasher.
You said the washing
now
machine.
they're actually
The dishwasher. But the bottom line is,
Who in Gainesville has a dishwasher?
exact and that part.
everybody has a dishwasher, James. You live in a car.
My old
But I mean, the thing is,
I don't have an apartment,
you don't have a dishwasher?
Nah,
A hand wash,
baby.
but I bought one of those racks that go
He's
over
the dishwasher, baby.
Oh, now you're interested in the show. I see. So anyway, yeah, we got to a topic that matters. That's right.
I'm a housewife in training.
Let's get behind the bar and wash those dishes. Shine my shoebox. Just kidding.
Relatable content.
All right, let's get this show over with. There's only 2 more terrific acts. If we hurry, maybe we'll be done before the naked poet comes in. I'm just kidding. Can I just say something?
It's too cold for him.
It is too cold for him, and that's good. He'd keep his clothes on.
Whatever you say, make it fast.
When the naked poet takes all his clothes off, it doesn't make a difference. I'll leave it there. And now, ladies, and that's not a joke about Barbie dolls.
Oh, it's
I heard dishes and
a joke about micropolis.
I'm a housewife.
I don't see anything, so it doesn't matter. He's fine naked. I don't care. It's his feet. I don't like his feet.
Yeah.
But everything else is fine. I think he's a rather handsome man for a 1950s, Selma activist. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage. Please. If you scream over the show, I really can't. I've got to get this done. There's 5 people and 4 of them are in conversation. Why am I here? Oh, I forgot. We're not doing the show anymore. That's right. That's why we're getting out. No, this is.
A nerve, and we just started talking about dishwashing.
Oh, hey man.
And we got into a conversation about people and roommates, and they don't clean their shit up.
I understand, and it's a good conversation.
I'll see myself.
If you leave this show thinking about what we talked about, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be the naked poet's feet. It could be cleaning your dishware.
I hear the word John Wasser when I hear washing.
Right. Well, we would like to wash John Wasser's feet and also wash all of his dead cats. And now, ladies and gentlemen,
Oh, that took a dark turn.
They're all dead.
he took a dark turn. Were you there at the patio and we brought up the murdering marauder that came through? Okay. And now, ladies and gentlemen, who are we missing? Oh yeah. Please welcome to the stage, Logan Glitterbomb.
Yay, Logan.
I'll go ahead.
Logan Glitterbomb.
They're picking the
Moving on.
Respected anarchist.
If indeed we're moving on.
That was definitely one of the tightest sets I've seen tonight.
Thank you. Yeah, it was pretty good. All right, well, we'll go here then.
It was focused and consistent.
History.
Calm down.
I don't know, when people go to open mics and they sign up, and then they're like not in the room for half the act, That just seems like.
Par for the course for the Tabernacle.
All right, well, none of the music is working. Logan Glitterbomb. And now, ladies and gentlemen, since Logan Glitterbomb is not here, please welcome to the stage the Minister of the Interior and the best dressed of all the deacons. We're all going to find out what he's wearing. The one and only Michael Garvin. Give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Who's interior?
We'll find out.
I love your bush.
There he is. He's got a bush. Michael Garvin has presented a bush to James Wesson. Can everybody get a picture of that? That's really beautiful. James Wesson.
You're now complete, James. You're now tits in the bush.
James Wesson, he knows a lot about plants.
Indeed he does.
All right. Michael Garvin, everybody.
Hey, before I go on, let's give it a hand for murder. Let's give a hand for murder.
Yeah.
Murder is something else. Okay. Murder. Andreas, that was, I like that. That was nice. I like that. I'm surrounded by filth, and so doing a dish to me every now and then makes me feel like something's being cleaned.
Yes, I was waiting.
But I know what you mean. It is bound, it is fraught with sexism and ageism and a system that has condemned us to be just dishwashers.
Some people's definition of a clean dish is very questionable.
That's right, mine has cracks in it and stuff growing out of it.
My ass has a crack in it.
I should hope so. Logan, good to see you after all these years, you know. Still testy, still feisty, still struggling, still coon-ass. So I'll tell you what I'm wearing today. So sometime in the 1970s, Florsheim Royal Imperials came out with this shoe.
Wow.
And the man who spent top dollar on this shoe is dead, and now I'm wearing it.
Did you murder him?
No, I didn't. No.
Missed opportunity.
No, the only thing I murder is my dick. I'm wearing some wool socks, some cashmere socks. I got them so long ago I don't even remember their cashmere. I'm wearing some green corduroy pants that Tom is not impressed with. But if Tom were to see the thermal underwear underneath this, he would be very impressed indeed. Oh boy. Logan, just for you.
Where's the thermal
Just for
underwear
you.
from?
Just for you. It's Canadian. It was from the old Walmarts.
Hell yeah.
The old Walmarts, back when everything was in Latin. It was called Valmartus then. Valmartus. Valmartus. James Cute Feet. So okay, just let's be serious a minute. Let's be serious. Okay. So back in 2021, I was on the dole. So I wasn't working for UF. My job required talking to people face to face. And so with the money I got, I ordered this online, brand new from France. It's some French workwear, all wool, brand new, never been worn by anybody, made by French people, using French wool from northern French sheep. And
Did they
French.
murder the sheep?
Eventually. I'd like Cheryl and Joy to really talk over me.
Please,
really talk
for
over
God's sakes, there's only 4 more shows.
Tom, I have nothing to say. I have nothing to say. I just want people to walk talk. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Scottish.
Where are those nipples from? That's funny when Jack.
My mama. Those nipples are from my mama. The scarf's really deceptive. I'll show you why. You see, you have a nice tartan right here, but on the other side it's all blue. It's all blue. Just like me, this scarf is willing to turn coats just like that. Just like that. Just like that. My face is plaster of Paris, my eyes are marble stolen from a child. My hair is polyurethane. My nose was taken from a dead crow. And my lips taken from a woman I murdered. Thank you, everybody.
All right, and now, ladies and gentlemen, we'll take a few questions for Michael. Remember, Michael's brain is magnificent. Everybody could actually, there could be value seeing the show. We don't normally offer that to people.
You could learn yourself something.
You know, it's free to get in.
You could learn yourself something.
If you ask Michael a question, you'll know more than you did when you came in, and thus the value. So we'll take questions from the audience for Michael. By the way, the form of the question. So for example, if you're curious about balloons. Hey Michael, what's going on with these balloons? All right? Everybody cool on that? Or if you're curious about garden snails. Michael, garden snails. Why? Okay? So please use the form of the question. Don't be too verbose. And don't make a statement. I mean, ask a question, for God's sakes. You got a major mind here. See, now the hands are going up. Oh, it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming. Luckily, there's only 3 people that ever come to the show, and you're it. Other than people talking over the show who don't give a shit what Michael thinks. What do you got for Michael?
Michael, could you tell me something about the color red that I don't already know?
Ooh, good luck, Michael. Color red.
Color red sported by certain people in this room.
Yeah, he knew that.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a good start, but nice.
David, if you take that color red and you run it through the washing machine again and again and again and turn it on high heat in the dryer, you will have pink.
Everything is pink.
You will have pink. And you restore everything to pinkness if you run it through the dryer.
Okay, great answer. Great answer. David, take that with you. Let it fuel your life.
I feel myself growing as a person.
Yes. And now Robot Knows Voodoo. Michael seems to know your name. I only know you as Robot Knows Voodoo. What is your question for Michael Garvin?
So, black shoes and brown shoes, right?
Great question.
Blue shoes?
Yeah, black shoes, yeah, brown shoes. Blue shoes was the question, if anybody didn't hear that. Michael, your thoughts?
Okay, there's an old saw that brown shoes don't, no brown in town was one time adhered to.
That's racist against shoes.
No. Hey, Wendy. There's Wendy.
Oh, Wendy, right off time. You're here just in time for the end of the show, which is a good time to show up.
I actually do have a pair of blue shoes. And I'm walking on heaven.
Is this the show?
This is the show. We're not in a real city. Gainesville's not quite rural, it's not quite urban. So you can more or less wear whatever you want here. But I would say, Andreas, that in the future, when we're going to have a dictatorship of brown shoes, that you better wear brown shoes. Okay, let's go on to the next one.
All right, that was the worst answer I've ever heard. You had a question for Michael.
Hey, Michael. Kashmir, where is it from?
The history of Kashmir. Where is Kashmir from?
Okay, so it's from a goat. There's a goat in Kashmir, which is disputed by China, India, and Pakistan. And the goat's got very, very smooth wool. And you can shave the goat, and you can make a sweater out of it. And then if you put it through the washing machine and through the dryer, it'll come out the size of a postage stamp. So that's Kashmir for you.
Now, can you fuck this goat, Michael?
Well, I got a story for you. I had a friend who was a world class No, this is Andreas, it's not funny. This is a serious story.
Why are you laughing?
So I had a friend, Tom knew him.
Comment.
He was a world class abortionist. He was a champion of abortion. His name was Will Eggerman. His nickname was the Eggman. He yanked out the babies of people I know. None of them implanted by me, as far as I know. Anyway, at some point, the Eggman, David the Eggman, had a boyfriend who was the great-grandson of the French Impressionist painter, Frederic Pizarro.
Naturally.
And I asked him, so Will, was Freddie a good artist, like his great-grandpa? He said, of course not, Michael, but let me tell you this, that guy had an asshole like a cashmere goat's pussy.
All right, Michael Garvin, everybody. Michael Garvin. I think we learned something.
We got James Weston. James Weston's got a question.
We'll take one.
I got one.
You really should go out on a
We got the
win.
glitter bomb and the Weston.
But we'll drag this show through the mud. It's getting late. Let's go. James Weston, what's your question for Michael Garvin?
I think so. I think that
Okay, shh. What's your question for Michael Garvin?
What kind of tea do you want for Christmas?
What kind of tea? Michael's a tea expert. What kind of tea do you want for Christmas, Michael?
James, whatever is fermented, oxidized, and comes from your asshole.
All right. Let's
do one from James.
Very University Club answer
That's
there.
Logan. Let's do
It's
Logan.
kind of Eagle Club answer if you really think about it.
It's not really tea at that point.
I mean, you know.
Puer.
I mean,
Puer.
you
Please,
wanna-
puer.
I got that, yeah.
Are you gonna spit in this and you know?
It's got the word poo in
Hey,
it.
if I spit in this, it's only going to smell better. It's only going to smell
It's not
better.
really tea, but it is extra.
Okay, your question for Michael, our last question. See, you came right at the, it's pretty good, right? It's a good show. Your last question.
In your humble opinion, president, should they spit or swallow?
That's a great question.
Presidents of what? Like the nation? Presidents?
Yes.
Okay. It's not presidents of like the
Presidents of the United
Not like
States, spit or swallow. is the question.
presidents of the urinary guild, right? You mean like okay? I mean, a president is a stand-in for an autocrat. Okay, I mean it's a makeshift emperor, and they're pitchers. They're not swallowers. We're the ones that are swallowing. Thank you, everybody.
Michael Garvin, everybody. Enjoy it, swallow it. Swallow as much as you can. There's more coming.
Hey, Paul.
That might be one of the best shows you've ever done tonight, Michael. That was really terrific. Thank you. Normally at this point I have a joke, but apparently I am the joke. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage. Let's see what time it is. 1:14. Daryl, I bet you $1 invisible dollar that by the time Logan Glitterbomb has concluded what I believe to be the final act, the naked poet will not have walked in the building.
I bet you my virginity.
You bet, really? Holy shit. I'm gonna get on the phone. Ladies and gentlemen, you've waited long enough. It's been an incredible show. We dedicated to Jakey Park. Incredible Jack Mason was here. He had the most dangerous poet, and weirdly, whenever David speaks, the entire room